demonstrate that we're not just thinking of live animals, we're thinking of animals in literature, animals in culture as well. And this is the elephant story that I'm sure you all know, the elephants and the blind men who have never met an elephant before. They go into, depending on the story, a cave, a dark place, and each person feels one bit of the elephant, and depending on the bit they feel, they are absolutely sure what an elephant is. And of course there are as many interpretations of what an elephant is as there are people. And again, there's a very nice educational foundation to that, which as a teacher you can make use of or not make use of. And we use the Japanese print of that. So that's simply to make the point that some of these zones are more literature-based or culture-based rather than natural history-based. The human and animal worlds this is the second collection, these look at the interface between our world and the animal worlds in various ways. Adopt an animal is probably self-evident. We have links to a WWF website, and we ask them to look at the dangers facing these particular six animals that are on it. And what's nice here is that there are 6 tracks. The animals and tourism zone is absolutely linear. In other words, you go in at the beginning and you come out at the end. With Adopt an Animal, you have 6 tracks. So it would be possible, if you wanted to use this in a particular way, for groups, one group to follow one track, one to follow another, one another. Or you might, simply ask them, which one should we look at first? So there's an element of choice and flexibility there. And this particular zone has quite a lot of reading text. There's quite a lot of input in it. And this book, I wish I had the live link, because as you click on the bottom of the page turns and you get the next page. And there's a very nice little sound effect of it's nice until you've heard it a million times. It's not so nice of the pages turning. So here, you're asked to find specific information. This was an example of one of the rubrics that the teachers in the pilot said, okay, read the booklet to find out about the endangered animals. That's far too vague. And they were absolutely right. So that's an example of a rubric there, where they're asked for each animal to find out specific information. Okay, the final one, the natural world. And this is the one that I would suggest is slightly older in tone and pre-intermediate to intermediate level in terms of language level. Animals communicating was one of the ones we had, but one of the ones that the teachers were enthusiastic about was the whole thing of climate change. Now, it may be that students are absolutely fed up to the back teeth with climate change by now. I don't know. So again, this would be for the teacher to decide. But if you do decide to explore this, again, it's one where there are 2 tracks. 2 tracks, not 6 in this case. In other words, half the class could explore climate change in Africa, half the class could explore climate change in the Arctic. You could all do all of them. You could do the first one, then the other, you decide which one to do first, and so on. And they're asked to find out how climate change is affecting various things, and find information as they go through. So the reading and the listening and the looking at the video sequence they do is quite targeted. They're trying to find out what's happening in Africa in terms of the seasons, temperature, water, and so on. And the same in the Arctic, what's happening with ice and polar bears. And every time I see a report, I find that the date we've put in for ice disappearing from the Arctic is going to have to be changed. Because when I started working on this, scientists were saying that all ice might disappear from the Arctic by 2080. About 2 weeks ago, I saw a BBC report saying 2013. So one of the nice things is that this is a topic that is actually alive. It's happening now. And the students may see little bits on television, read bits, be told bits by their geography teacher, and through the web link in the project attached to this, they can actually find out, they can track things. So what they're learning is a preparation for finding out more things about what's going on in the world. So we've got 3 worlds at the beginning, and they are the first of, we hope, more worlds. They're targeted at the 10 to 14-ish age group, flexible language levels, each one has 5 or 6 zones. And yes, sorry, I should have said there, you can do the zones, explore the zones in any order. You don't have to start with 1 and go to 5. There are cross-references between them, but you begin where you feel is right for your students. It's content-based material. It starts with the real world. It links into the student's own world, the student's own environment, and there are obvious links for people who want them with school subjects like science, geography, art, music, history, literature, and so on. It's online, and there will be online teacher support materials. The great thing about it being online is that we can update the teacher support materials and the material itself from time to time. That you've seen before. And the facts. When will it be available? This summer. And it's going to be available to people who subscribe to the One Stop English Clearly site, which is a very exciting new development there, and go to the Macmillan English Campus site to get information about that. To any customers for Macmillan English Campus, and also people who are neither of those groups, but would like a link from their own portal. Sorry. But for more information about that, go and talk to my colleagues on the work stand. And if you've got any targeted questions about it, the publishing director is Fiona Mackenzie, that's her email. John Murray, the sales director at Macmillan English Campus, that's his email. And any information about content and so on, that's me. Okay, thank you very much for coming. And do come and ask questions. I shall be on the stand after this, so hope to see you there. Okay, thank you.